kasi I am trying manggod to, ang tawag, your internet connection is unstable. Get help here. O, wala na. O, kabalo na jud ko that my internet connection today is really not stable. Murag na ay problem with the connection here in UN. So, maybe maputol ta o unsa ba niya. Mapulan na ko, kapuyon ko, mangundang gitag sayo. So, ginana gyud mahitabo sa ato karon. Anyway, hapit na di ko malubat ka. Dili lang nga saksak ako, maybe. Okay. Sige. Alright. Na lang siguro no kay feeling gud nako kay naay problem sa internet connection karon. Pero if ever magputol-putol man gani or whatever, just notify me later on kay para mabalaan na taon sa itong remedy nga pwede buhaton na. Okay, so just like the last time, I think the last session, no, I was able to say na we wouldn't be able to have our examination for tomorrow sa math kasi nga we still have a long way to go. And I think it is really needed for us to discuss those. Pero later on, maybe after our sessions and other reviews, there would just be things that I will clarify when it comes to the geometry. Kasi dili na magudtanan dito sa geometry ato ang kailangan i-discuss. Na naman gud uban dito ang pwede na ninyo nga kamuna ang mag study kasi naa naman siya dito as a sim. Niya provided naman siya dito tanan. So I think what matters the most na lang that we have to focus on is more on the solving. Like for example, the Pythagorean, those things. So, kato na lang ato ang mga ipang-emphasize siguro. Akong gusto tang gamiton karon nga magklase ta is the iPad kasi we will be using nga the board. Pero let's just see if what would happen no kasi naman na naka-open na siya sa isa. Okay. Sige. Nalang tay balikan din no. Let's have another review for the rules of significant figures kasi I realize nga wala na ko siya na-explain gid further, no? And it will really create some confusions when it comes to counting significant figures. Also, yesterday I was able to send a quiz on Twitter. So I hope everyone has taken the quiz yesterday. So murag 20 items ata to siya that you have to solve and then you just have to provide the exact answer. So dito to siya. And that's one of the reasons why I have to discuss again the significant figures kasi nga no na ako'y mga naano dito nga wala na to siya nga ang tawag dito nga wala na ko siya na clarify so that I could give you an activity for tomorrow. Sige, sadali lang. Let me just share the screen. Hala ka, murag wala ang screen. Okay, naano ba ang akong screen or wala mo'y nakita?
Wala, ma'am. Ay, naday.
Na po.
Okay. Sige, good. Alright. Hinay lang ta kay syempre mag-agad ta sa to ang internet magudagatan o pugo sa kong screen diri baka naga-project mapud ba para mahibal-an nako nga while I am talking na ulahi dai siya o unsa ba or lags ba siya. Okay. All right. So we are done with this one. Humana man taan no the exponential notations on how we are going to identify tapos if ever we have negative exponents. By the way no, this kaning akong gipangbutang diri is mao ni ang among nabuhat sa morning kaganina kasi nga Kaganina pa man pud silang morning nag-start ani exponential notation, tapos yun nga no, na may gibalikan nga absolute values. So I'll be giving you also a copy on this one. So I decided nga dili na lang ako niya siya i-erase kasi nga para di na ta magsigig bag-o nya madugay na sad ta. So ana, I think we will just go over with this one no kasi humana man ta ani, like for example, if we have here x, say for example we have x raised to the power of 2, so you already know what to do since x has a denominator of 1, so you just do the reciprocal and it becomes 1 over x raised to the power of 2, and that is already the answer. So that is for exponential notations. Okay, absolute value, we are done with this one also, in which this is part of the examination yesterday. So if ever the negative number is enclosed with the absolute kanang symbols diha, and you're going to find the absolute number of that number, you have to give the positive number. So example, you have here enclosed nga negative 2, it becomes 2 because the absolute number of negative 2 is 2. So the only notion there is that the distance of 2 and negative 2, when you see it in the number line, is just the same. So in short, that is the opposite of that number. So that's the essence there, no? Just like for example, if we are going to have the equation negative 2 plus 5, so the answer here is 7. So 7 in the sense nga negative 2 man na siya. So nakasulod man siya ana. So what's the absolute value of negative 2? So that is 2. 2 plus 5, that's 7. Okay, manaman ta ana. Let's go back to rules on significant figures. Ako ning padakot. For the first rule on significant figures, number 1, all non-zero numbers are significant. So we already know this one. Example, we have 54, 2, 3746, 4. 1,646,222, that's 7 significant figures. And if it is in the decimal, we have 54.239, and that is 5. In short, all numbers that are not zero, they are all significant. No matter as a siya position. Whether it is in a decimal or in a whole number, as long as it's not a zero, that is significant. Ana siya. Okay, let's go to dire. Zeros between two non-zero digits are significant. For example, you have here 2051, that is for 1001, that is for 0.504 is 3, and then 0.4065, that's 5. So in the sense that the zero itself here, they are all enclosed with non-zero numbers. So in short, pag natungan gani ang mga zero, you count it. The essence there is that 1001 cannot be 1001 without the zeros at the middle. So muna siya nga, dili na to siya maingon ba nga why pulos ang zero diha, or it's not really significant at all. Kasi naaman siya iyahang position gyud. So that's one of the reasons. Next, leading zeros are not significant. Unsa nang leading zeros? Kanang mga leading zeros, mo na sila ang mga zeros nga nag-una. Walay lain nga number sa ilhang left side, mga nag-una nga zeros. Walay lain nga zeros on the left, walay lain nga numbers, nga dili zero on the left side. So example, we have 0.32, that's 2 significant figures, and 0.32 is only 2 significant figures. Why is it like this? Kung napansin ninyo, ma'am, nganong 0.32 niyang isa is 0.32? Kasi nga, di ba, I have said this a lot of times, nga pag magsulat ganita og mga decimal, di ba, we have already been doing this a lot of times, nga okay lang sa ato ang musulat ag 0.32, 0.28, 0.15. Kasi nga, naanatay ginahuna-huna nato nga understood na mong good na siya, ma'am, nga ang 0.32 is 0.32. So in short, pwede din nato ma-emit ang zero. So pwede, it's up to you if you're going to use the zero or not. So in short, dili siya importante. So that's the ano ba, mo na iyahang pasabot diha. So in short, if you're going to count this one, dalawa lang talaga. That's 3 and 2 only. Kasi ang 0 diha, that is only a placeholder. Placeholder lang yan sila. Next, we have 0.0032. Okay, we still have 2. Kasi leading zeros man yan sila lahat dyan. Wala man sila yung numbers on the left side. Same with this one. 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1. So, mora na imo mga significant. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, kanara. Okay, number 4. Trailing zeros to the right of the decimal are significant. Okay. Trailing zeros to the right of the decimal are significant. Example. If the number is 92.00, no matter pila pa nakabuk 0 ang nagsunod dira as long as it is on the right of the decimal point and then trailing sila or kana nasa ulahi ba ang 0, so you have to count that one also. So 92.00, that the answer is 4. 33.000, bisan pa og 1 million ng 0 diya, you have to still count that because it is part of the significant figure. Why? Ang iya magubot pasabot ani ba? Nganong isulat pa man nimo? Sorry. Maklaro. The point here is that why do you have to write 92.00 if you can write it in 92? So in short, dili di ka makasulat og 92 karon because you mean to say it's 92.0. And if you're going to compare this one into 92, it's really different. So, pasabot nga meron ka talagang something sa 92.0 na wala sa 92. So, ana siya. Kasi you could have just write 92 there. Pero, opposite siya atong leading zeros kaganina, nga placeholder. Kani manggod, gisadya talaga nimo nga meron talagang 0. So, in short, count mo yung 0. Apil din mo siya count. Kaya nagibutang dira kay accessory, kay placeholder lang. May intention talaga. Nagyan na siya si significance nga nung naa siya dira. So, that's the sense in trailing zeros. Huh? Sige. Asa naman ta? Number 5. Trailing zeros in a whole number with the decimal shown are significant. Okay. Sige daw, be. Try to cite the difference between this. What is your observation with 540 and diri sa ubos kanang duha? Sa diferensya na nila. Sige daw, you try to check. Sige daw.
Ang isa ma'am kay naa siya point na may na pa siya sumpay.
Okay. So in short, we have here our rule number 5, di ba? Trailing zeros in a whole number with the decimal shown are significant. So in short, if ang pinakaulahi nga 0 gisundan gani siya og decimal point, it only means to say na naa na siya function ng 0 diha. So in short, it's significant. So we have to stick with the decimal, or I mean on the rulings, the rule number 5, na pag ang rule number 1 mangguning 540, right? Wala siya decimal. So in short, the 0 here is not significant. So you only have two significant figures here. In the number 540 point, that means naa pa. So, or significant talaga siya. Kasi gibutangan man ng decimal point. What's your point nga gibutangan pa din decimal? So, in short, three significant figures ang imuha dira. So, ana ray imuhang, imuhang observation. Ana, no? So, ato lang siyang i-apply ang mga rulings. Next, we have here another example. 10, 60, 50. Ang ato ang significant figures here is 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, 5. Pero ang atong biko 5 kasi atong 0 diha is not counted. It's not significant based on rule number 1. Pero naamantay on the next example, you have there a decimal point. Naman siya diha 10, 60, 50 point. So therefore, you have to include the 0 at the last part of the whole number. So it makes it 6. So ana, wala na siya no. Next, we have number 6. Trailing zeros. Kaya ano, nag-inaani mo niyo. Trailing zeros in a whole number. Trailing zeros in a whole number with no decimal shown are not significant. Trailing zeros in a whole number with no decimal shown are not significant. So it's just the same with the other, ano, no. For example, you have 5,400, you only have 2 significant figures. For 6,000, you only have 1 significant figure. So, mora na ang mga pangtiman-an. Okay, let's have here an example. This one. We have 6,050.009060. Okay, so our answer here is 9. Ano, sa pa ba to? Let's try, ha? Okay, yan. So this would be 9, and then we have 6,164.97. This is only 6. We have 616497. So, uno mo lang sila kabuo. And then we have 0.0069 leading zeros. So, 2. 0.007000. This is also 1. So, isa lang. 1 significant figure lang siya. Kasi you have their leading zeros and trailing zeros nga beyond na. So, ano siya pag-analyze. Okay, so I hope that's clear. Pero tagaan ta mo kopyaan na kaya para di mo mawala. Okay. Let's go now to scientific notation. Ako sa ning i-delete. Okay. So for the scientific notation, no, I think I have mentioned this one also on during our discussion of the significant figure na kailangan na makabalo jud ta mo identify significant figures because in the long run, we will be using them, especially if we are having na the scientific notation. So we have certain rulings on that also. Like for example, we have here, we have 1,262, 1,000, 1 million, and kana. And we also have 0.56906. Okay, so this will always be our concern. However, we know it already that each of these numbers, this is actually an example of a whole number. Diba? Whole number man yan siya. Kaning nasa baba, this is a decimal form. So, you already know that the decimal is between 0 and 5. So, for the whole number naman, na 1,262,000, the decimal point is here. So, our goal, manggod, no, when we are doing the scientific notation is that we need to have one number only on the left side of the decimal. Okay, let's try now 1,262,000. Let me just copy this one again. Okay, so if our decimal is here, then we have to make sure that we have to move to the nearest significant figure available nga on the left side na lang siya na lang isa. So in this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this means you have to write it now with 1.262. Ang pangutana, ma'am, asa naman tong 00 diha, ma'am? Do we have to include the 3 zeros? Sige daw. Do we have to include the 3 zeros?
Dili,
Walang,
ma'am.
nganong dili man?
Kaya walang
Kay?
siya decimal point sa last po. Wala
Ay,
decimal point sa last.
Walay decimal point sa last.
Ay, mali.
Number 1, ma'am.
Ha?
Kasi dili na siya
Kay?
significant, ma'am.
Ay, dili man siya significant. Good. Kana. Kay dili man siya significant. Ay, napila. Ay, wala na kuandera. Wala na bili. Kaya di man na significant. So, in short, dito ra jud ka sa mga significant figures nimo. So, ayo biya ay pud imong dos diha. So, we have here 1.262 and then you multiply that 1 by 10. If ever the movement of your decimal is from right to left, the exponent should be positive. If the movement is from left to right, the exponent would be negative. So, ana ang atong movement. So, since ang atong movement man sa decimal is from right to left, therefore, we have a positive exponent. So, pila man ka places? 3, we have 6. So, in short, this is your scientific notation. Now, how do we check if our answer is correct? Ay, nag-message? Sige daw, how do we check if our answer is correct? How do we do that? We have to sige daw ha, you try to check if our answer is correct. We have to multiply. So ano lang siya kasayon? If you're going to multiply 1.262 times 10 raised to the power of 6, if ang iya ganing answer is kani gani na siya, in short, your scientific notation is correct. Ana lang ang storya diha. So you just multiply, simply multiply. If your answer generates the original number, then your answer is correct. Ana lang. Okay, next, let's go to the decimal. We have here 0.56906. So probably our movement should be to the right. Okay, let's try to move. So we only have how many movements? We only have one. Okay, and here. So we have here 5.6906 times 10 raised to the power of 1. So, ana lang. Negative 1 pala. Okay. Sige, let's try to solve. 5.6906 times 10 raised to the power of negative 1. That is, the result for that is 0.56906. So, in short, our answer is correct. So, ana siya. Okay, let's try another one. We have 0.003400. Okay, kana daw. Sige. You try to, what is the equation here? What is the scientific notation of this equation? Sige daw. Kasi nag-ingon. Sige, you try to solve that one, ha? Unsay scientific notation na. Kapuya, dili pa na share in love. O hinana. Ha? Pamasok mo lang sa kaluluwa ko. Ay, no, sir. Sige daw. Sige, answer, ani.
3.4 po, ma'am, times 10 to the power of negative 3 or raised to negative 3 po.
Sige, 3.4 times 10 raised to the power of negative 1, 2, 3. 3 ba? Negative 3? Sige. 3.4 times 10 raised to the power of negative 3. Let's check. 3.4 times 10 raised to the power of 3. Okay. Ayan. 3.4. Okay, sige. So that's it. That's answer no. 3.4 times 10 raised to the power of negative 3. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. So, kana ra siya dira. So, that's 3.4. And no need to copy this one kasi, syempre, trailing zeros naman na, di ba? So, ayan na kopya ha. Pwede ra kang mag 3.4. Pero kung ano yun, if ever in the option na ay ibutang dira ang 00, aw, ikaw bahala sa mong life. Huwag mo pa nang i-appeal dira. Pero, actually, dili na na, eh. Wala na siya kasi dili naman na sila nga importante. Ano na sila bili. Sige daw, Bill. Let's have another example. Okay, let's try 0.006907. Okay, sige daw. What's the answer here? This would be ano to? This will be 6 point mali 6.907
6.1 times 10
times
raised to
10
negative.
raised to the power of negative 1, 2, 3. Okay. Negative 3 pa rin. Okay. Sige, you try to, ano daw, pe? Let's try to solve that. 6.907 times 10 raised to the power of negative 3. Your answer is, yan. Wala man siya fraction. Wait lang. Wait, pakitaan ako siya fraction. 6.97 times 10 raised to the power of, raised to the power of negative 3. Okay, sige. So that's the answer, no? 6.907 times 10 raised to the power of 3. Okay, dire lang sa siguro ta mag-end sa scientific notation, no? So we will go now with dire na ta sa geometry. Ako sanay stop sharing sa nako, di ba? Tapos dire na ta sa time pa ko na ba, hinay inyong mga connection sa balay? Or, kasi kamo amo ara dire.
Pirmi man
Murag
sa
feel,
mo.
Hinay sa
pero medyo hinay. Luya to niyo, pero medyo hinay. Ay, murag feeling na ko, no, hinay mo, nga naman, hinay mo or hinay ko? Kaya napansin ako nga, napansin ako nga kanang dugay bitaw mo respond. Dugay mo ba kanang murag delayed bitaw mo? Kailangan ba na ako mag-wait og mga 1 minute or 30 seconds before mo motingog? Napansin gid na ko kay kuan man. Murag feeling nako ang feedback sa inyo ha is dugay. Ana siya. Amot lang siguro sa inyo nga end. Delayed pud siguro ko sa inyo ha mo nandugay pud mo so na. Let's have Okay, so we will start now with the introduction to geometry, no? So we will start with points, lines, and planes. Much better siguro, nga dito na lang ko mag-screen share sa sa ako ang iPad kay para maka-drawing ko, lisod po, mag-imagine na ta. Ganun na lang ta. Okay, sige. So we are on, naman to, introduction to geometry. So just like what I have said, now we will focus more on those parts of the geometry in which we are going to solve. Like for example, the Pythagorean theorem, the discussion of the lines, the coplanar, the collinear. Ano sila, ang ato lang mga ipang-emphasize, but the rest, dili na nato na siya i-discuss. Like for example, grabe po, mo kailag polygon, hexagon. Yan na. So, nana na siya dito tanan sa chart. All you have to do is to familiarize na lang to siya. Or you try to memorize, especially with the angles bitaw ato. Importante kay mga angles ato, pila ka degrees ang iyahang mga angles inside the shape. Diba? Mga ano man to sila, mga si tawag ana nila nga shapes na naka-enclose. Katuman to sila. Okay, so let's start first with our points, linears, and planes. Okay, sige daw be. We have here let me just draw a line. Straight way, amazing. All right, we have here a line. And then our line has a description of this one. Siya diha asa siya diri sa tunga, napod siya diri sa kilid. Sa tunga nga nahiwi na. Unawa, na missing na noon. Sige, usab. Okay, sige. And then we have here tunga. Okay. Imagine these are the the plots on the line. We have here, this one is letter A, this is letter C, and this is letter B. So what we are going to identify here is our points, lines, and planes. We have many plane figures, by the way. Pag planes gani, monis na mga two-dimensional, planes lang talaga sila. Wala siya sides. So ano siya? So let's go first with the points. How many points do we have in this line? How many?
2, ma'am.
3, ma'am.
Okay, we have 2, we have 3. Actually, we have 3 points this one. We have point A, we have point C, and point B. In short, the points here is the placement of the points that lies in the line. So, yung ana siya. So, we have here point A, point C, and point B. So, that is for the points. So, point is very familiar to us, and you usually think if it is a dot of chalk on a chalkboard or a point of a needle. So, it's only, kaya nga gitawag siya point because it's a point on the line. So, yung ana siya. But when we talk about the line, usually lines are line segments. Line segment, delete lines. In this case, we have here a line segment. What is our line segment here? Asa tong line segment dire? Kanang ACB. Sige daw. What's the line segment here? We have, say this is the line, ang tawag ani is line H. So, it only means to say that the entire line, the name of the entire line is H. However, we are trying to locate now the line segment. So, where is our line segment here? So, our line segment here is segment AB, or duly represented with this ana iyang forma. In short, wala siya kung asa ang iyang sugod ug asa pud ang iyang end, mauna siya ang line segment. Walay labot ang C. Gets ko ninyo? Na-gets ko?
Ma'am.
Okay, sige. So, in
Yes,
short, we have here line. If this is the name of the line is line H, pero kung sa segment, line segment or line, same ra na siya, no? if we have the line, kung what if, ma'am, what if kung wala siya panganli, ma'am, nga mo din ni siya si line H, ma'am, what would be the name of the line? Okay, the name of the line should be line AB or line BA. Unsa ang forma pagkasulatan na, it should be like this. Line man kaha. Nganong butangan man na siya og arrow, ma'am? Kasi diha siya nag-stretching. So stretching, ang iyang stretching is stretching to the right and stretching to the left. Muna iyang gibutang dira. Okay. Pero sa line segment, wala siya stretch. So ana lang siya iyang rin siya. Pero maura na silang istoryaha. In short, the segment only emphasizes the entire line only between the 2 points. Wala siya extension. Wala siya wala siya ni go over, wala pa siya ni adto bigid sa pinakatumoy. Diha lang gid siya nag-stop sa mga points. That is for the difference between the segment and the line. Okay. So let's have now the rays. Asa man ang atong ray diri Ang ray na to is going in one direction. So, asa man diha tong ray? Ray, which is our, asa man diri ato ang pinakauna nga, what is the first ray here? Sige daw, asa man atong first ray diri
A, ma'am. Sa point A.
Ray, unsa man? Ray, isa lang ang iyang direction. We have ray A, B. Okay, Ana. And then we also have ray B, A, Ana. So that is on how you identify and you write the AB. So if you're going to represent that one, it only means to say, Ana lang siya, oh. Kung ato na siyang i-represent, Ana ragid siya ay. Kung atong drawingon ni, kung ipa-drawing sa inyo ha, Ana ang nauan niyo. Drawingon sa inyo ako ha, hindi ko drawing. Okay. So pag tatanaw niyo siya sa inyo ha, you have here ray AB, this is the point and this is the point. AB, and then the opposite side. We have A and B, the same way. So that's the reason it is called array. In short, asa padulong ang isa ug asa padulong ang isa. The same thing with this one. How many rays do we have? Anang ABC dira? How many rays do we have?
Ma'am.
We
2.
have 2. Okay. Our first ray is unsa? Ray
C.
BC. Okay, we have ray BC and we also have the ray ang isa.
DA.
BA. Okay. Ana lang siya pag-identify. So, in this way, we will be able to really analyze our lines and also the differences on how we are going to identify the points, the line segments, the lines, the rays, unsa pa na siya. Kasi those are just the basic. Mo ni siya murag unsay tawag ana foundation no when it comes to geometry, of which kailangan din nato na siya i-emphasize. Okay. So, dito sa ako mag-planes ha. Alright, let's try an example. Mag-drawing sa ko ha, kaya isod baya mga ano ay nga, uy, drawing. Sige ha, let's try this one, then this, and this. Okay, may point ta diri and here, also have here, dapat pula di ini, kaya para maklaro po. Sige. This one, tapos ka na. Kana. Mas napa J point dira kasi intersection man na nila. Now, let's try to name. We have F, H, J, G, I, O. Okay. How many points do we have? Sige. How many points do we have here?
7, ma'am.
Okay, we have 7. So we have point F, point H, point J, point I, point O. You have also G. So baba, F, H, G, I, F, H, G, I, O, G, and na isa. We have L. Okay, L. So in short, we have 7 points on the line. Okay. How many, sige daw be, sa ganitong sa lines na to, diri how many lines do we have? Lines. How many lines do we have? We have, pila ka line?
4, ma'am.
4, ma'am.
We have, 4 ba?
2, ma'am.
2, ma'am.
2, ma'am.
We have 2 lines. The first line is, what's the name of the first line? We have line,
FI, ma'am.
we have line FI. Okay, how do we write that one? Line FI. May pormaan ng line FI gani, dara. Tana. Line FI and line,
OG,
OG,
okay, we
ma'am.
have OG. So we have line FI and line OG. Okay, unsa pa to'y sunod? We have line segment. Sige, sa line segment na to. What is the first line segment? Line segment, the same rano. We have
FI gyapon, ma'am.
segment FI and OG, tapos ang symbol is kana. Okay. Sunod. Sa pa tayo sunod? We have the race.
Nice.
Okay. Sa race ta. Sige daw be. How many race do we have?
Four.
Okay, we have 4 rays. Lakin sa to, kasi to. Ay, ako to. Okay, kadali lang ha. Dire? Okay. Sige, sige. Hello po, good afternoon. Yes po, speaking. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Ang speaker po? Po, yes ma'am. Okay. Sige po, ma'am. Mm-mm. Okay po, ma'am. Sige po. Ay, ma'am, nakoy, ma'am, concern mo ba? Katubit mo sa amo o ditong, mo ka na, o napag isa na ang status akong sa PPE, dito na ako nga request also for budget. Akong opera. Wala pong siya na Okay. Sige po, ma'am. Sige. Sige po, ma'am. Thank you po. Punta na rin sila. Final na ba daw tong speaker? Oh. Katong speaker sa basic electricity ba wala mo siya ning final na yung nga yes mag final na jud na tong sa si Camus Raymar kwanto siya no yeah mag STL something mga ana lang mga reminders okay class na apa mo ano intermission number okay madungog pa ko.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
May nanawag from Davao. Sige, let's have our ray. We have already 4 rays no nga na-identify na to. Maura man gihapon ni sila. So you just start with FI. Si FI na to nga siya. Ray FI and then unsa pa? We also have ano pa ba? Okay, we also have Ray naman, Ray IF, okay, and then you also have Ray OG, og Ray GO. So that's how you, ana lang siya ka-simple. Simple ra ni mo, elementary gid siya. So this is only a representation. Kasi usually manggod we get complicated manggod when you see something like this nga daghan kayo mga points bitaw. Pero sometimes manggod we have to be very careful with that one kasi if you see manggod, there are already 4 spaces in which you are going to calculate the vertices or the angles itself. You already have how many angles here? I think you have 4 angles here, di ba? For example, in this case, you have angle 1. This is 2. This is 3 and 4. In which, dili sana ako na siya ihatag sa inyo ha, kasi kabalo kong balibog mong samot kung saan pag-identify sa mga angles, no? Particularly in emphasizing the vertices, mga yung ana. So, maabot na ta dito gihapon. Pero pag naanay mga dili na kayo importante or I mean, na siya, mga lisod na niya, too complicated na for elementary, we will not really include that one. So, ana ra. Di ako na magawa sa board exam. Ana na lang. Sige. By the way, do we have any questions? Sa ating mga questions? Wala naman siguro po, no? Wait. Nag-message. Putol-putol. Okay. Kaganina ra dito. Yes, kuan. Isa man si Yunzon? Yes, Yunzon.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, consider as ray, mangyapon ng F o H, ma'am, no?
F o H. End-to-end manggod na ang ray.
Okay po, ma'am. Sige po. Salamat, ma'am.
Pero you try to search daw if we could have this one. Pero kasi kung tan-awon mo nato ni in a line, di ba, we have 2 lines. We have F and H, and you also have H and I. So you just have to try to see if we have, if we have something like we could get, especially for the race. Anyway, ato lang na siya i-continue on the next meeting na lang, naalanganin na punta. So let's try to analyze that one later.